Hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin', my beautiful, lovely peeps? Welcome back to a brand new episode of GiftedSince92, giving you guys the latest exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me. I'm here. Well, let me be sipping on this right here. This is Arizona green tea, 100% natural. I always try to think of ideas like what to talk about more on my channel. So pretty much I had to take a break for a while and like get back out there, but it's all good. But I was thinking about this topic for a long time. I said, how would I be able to talk about this and summarize it, and even reflection of music and like the current state of music throughout all these years. But I feel like for me, on my behalf, and I'll just talk about it and speak on it on this platform, because I always have felt that music throughout years will always change. It will always change, redefine the sounds of music, whether it's R&B, pop, soul, rock, alternative, neo soul, you name it, right? But because of this direction of music right now, and then artists always being themselves, which is a plus, and that's great, and then redefining the sound of music, which is great. But here's my thing. I am way beyond and sick and tired of the ratchet music. And I feel like this is the right time in this video, and it led up to like certain like music that I love listening to, especially a variety of different sounds. Oh, I cannot leave jazz, because jazz is another genre of music that I love playing. I love playing jazz. I've been playing jazz for a while now too, recently, which that's the soothing musical genres like R&B, soul, blues, funk, rhythm and blues, and nice classical jazz mixed in that, right? But I'm like, literally, yeah, this is a video, and I'm gonna get it popping as always, shall I? And I'm gonna be very, very honest and blunt. But the problem is that ratchet music needs to stop being made. Period. I definitely understand why people say ratchet music, trash music is destroying R&B, pop, any other musical genre. Now, I am not really just saying this just to be saying this, but it's the truth. And artists that have always stayed true to themselves, they're the ones they deserve to, get the support. They deserve to have longevity. They deserve to connect with the music how they feel. And no, don't just do it for the fans. Just do it for you, for themselves too, because that creativity and the innovation I know it's a lot of different layers and different things that goes on, but the thing is, this ratchet music, I'm sick and tired of hip hop. Literally, I haven't really kept up with today's current artists of hip hop, really, to be quite honest. I really haven't. I grew up with who I grew up with, and that's that. And more talented hip hop artists that deserve to have support, because there's plenty of them out there. It's not that they're not talented enough and all this bullshit and all this crap. That's not even it. They don't even get the right people to promote them, the right connections. Barely do I feel that mainstream radio, mainstream radio is going to be like sounding the way how it's sounding right now. No, not for a couple years. It's going to change. But this ratchet music, I feel like is going to go away within a couple of years. I don't feel, this is my honest opinion, I don't feel that R&B was ever gone. It was ever not promoted. Pop not gone, not promoted, because I'm going to say the other. I want to say the other word, but I'm not going to say that word. But R&B music will always be amazing. Okay, period. The way how the structure and the dynamics of the music and how people they want certain music to be heard, or they want a particular sound from R&B artists, or they want a particular style of R&B. Now here's my thing. I just feel like this whole thing about, we just have to really, I would say, allow these artists to reinvent the sound of R&B, and they have been the ones that have done that. They're the ones that have done that plenty times throughout the era, the like 90s and the 2000s. And I feel the 90s and the 2000s, those eras are memorable because the artists were given the opportunity to find themselves collectively in an authentic way. The artists were able to be creative, have their own input. And yes, even during those times, like even though they were like on the record labels, those were times where there were good people at the time that promoted really authentic talent. Not just a pretty face, not just a handsome face, but the authenticity of the music. And it's okay to switch it up. It's okay to stay true to your sound and connect with your fans in a positive way. Because what I've seen, and I don't really care about this, like, a lot of that stuff about the toxicity of like fan bases and stuff. I don't care about that. I don't care. I support the music and be on about my way, and that's that. I feel like even that whole thing about Ratchet music taking over, I would say mainstream, is certain things where I've even heard some lyrics. I might hear a song on the radio. I might hear like a lyric, a beat. The lyrics are trash. The production is not trash. But the lyrics is trash. And it's always cursing 24/7. Then that's a problem in itself. Or what else did I say? The production is bland and the lyrics are really good, but the production can be a lot better. So it depends. So let me repeat what I had said a couple minutes ago. The production can be really good, innovative, out of the water, but the lyrics are trash. Which is a what? Ick. Or the lyrics are good, but the production is trash, it's bland, it's mediocre. Ick. Right? So it depends. I was literally listening to like songs like for real, like throughout the years. And I actually like even some songs within the last like couple of 10 years, even more than that. But some songs that like were really catchy, like let's just say like we like these catchy records like that came out, everybody's singing it, everybody love those records. And it's cool. Like you like what you like. I'm not here to be like, you like the song, that's fine. But sometimes we don't really pay attention to the lyrics sometimes. Because the production is so good, the beat is so good, it's like, oh, okay, cool. We don't pay attention to the lyrics. But and not to be doing this overcritical or judgment, because I've listened to a song and I'm like, oh wait a minute, this song is real good. Like the beat is really good, and it's like, okay, like it has that more like that eclectic, it's kind of like that eccentric vibe, like more of like the harmonies, the beat, the melody is something that's very good. Lies, I will judge. Yeah, I was, it was not judging. It's more like, what? Can you come up with something way better than that? And not to be like overcritical, but those lyrics be so degrading. And I'm like, whoa. Like, yeah, And I feel like for a catchy record, for a catchy beat, for a catchy song, just to sell, that's just how it is. But I just feel like that ratchet era of music took over too much. Like even the trap music at like a couple years ago, people were doing the trap music, which is fine, but the trap music overflowed so much of that like R&B and the style of R&B. And R&B is in different forms and different art forms. I feel like different styles, but R&B can be more innovative as it should as it should. It should be more innovative. It should have more progressive. It should have more like uh unique sound in different areas. But then the production be really good, but if those lyrics are trash and those lyrics don't have substance or creative like lyrics where you like, oh, you can read between the lines, but it's so degrading. There's a lot of curse words. There's a lot of curse words. There's a lot of like really negativity. Like, you know, what's the message in the music? But as I was listening to like, you know, like music, you know, and like I said, I've been pretty much listening to like upcoming releases and stuff. And here's the thing, with people that are really like, they make really good music and they have a sound that's very versatile and they love what they do, and they actually are making sure that they stay true to themselves and bring something refreshing to the table. And the songwriting, and here's the thing about the songwriting is really good nowadays too, because like I said, it depends on who this artist is. But that ratchet music, it been had to plummet down the whole ditch, the whole entire black ditch. It had to go all the way down. Plus, I've noticed that there's a lot of toxicity when it comes to artists finding a lane, finding themselves, they found their lane, and because if they're not making a certain type of R&B, or their music is not so vulgar, or their music is not ratchet, and like they're talented, their music is really good, innovative, they got good song lyrics, it wouldn't even matter. They're boring. But then when you hear records that really have a lot of raunchiness and very toxic and very just filth, like it, like just even like the way how the songwriting is put together. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that, you know, it's hard. I have empathy for artists. I'm not saying that, you know, sometimes people get stuck in their creative juices. They get stuck in the creative flow. But there are more artists that they put in the work and it's their time to shine, pretty much. And it is. And I don't really feel, my honest opinion, by what I'm seeing and feeling and hearing right now, I feel like artists that are taking it from a place of like, yes, we're gonna stay consistent with, you know, reviving R&B. I wouldn't just say reviving R&B, but like sustaining it, you know, staying consistent with the sound. I don't really feel that it's this, well, we gotta revive R&B, we gotta sustain R&B. You know, we have to, it's okay to like, you know, create more and create more substance. Because I will say this, those artists that, even the artists that I grew up with, and they make a lot of good music and they have reinvented their sound, everything. They have been like, yo, like, I want to do something different. And it still has substance. But then sometimes, in some cases, they still don't get freaking support, which is really beyond me. And it's really sad that even with fans have to just appreciate, allow the artists, don't be like, oh, well, you gotta do it for the fans. You got to let your artist, you have to allow she or he or them, if they're a group or a band, to really connect with themselves and find their own authenticity and find their own uniqueness in their music. So it's not like, okay, well, I can just like tell my fave, and listen, I got faves I support, but it's toxicity, you know, of like faves and stuff, music, because I don't feel like, literally, as from what I'm hearing right now, like people are really bringing back some really dope music, no matter who they are. Now, I will say this, I don't like the cursing a lot. Now listen, I don't mind people cursing their music. That's fine, but it's just like a ratchet cursing, like this over the top ratchet twerking cursing kind of music. It doesn't go together. It doesn't feel right with me. It doesn't sit well with my spirit. It's very like, it's just trifling music, pretty much. That's what it is. It's nasty. Like, it's just really. It's just a lot of like trash music. I feel nowadays, like in the rap, in hip hop. Nowadays, I don't know when was the last hip hop song I've heard that was really good. A lot of them, pretty much. It's a whole bunch of them that are really really good. But I will say this: it's really good to see how even with like hip hop, like female hip hop and male hip hop, I just feel like more talented artists need to redefine what not only the genre is, but what an artist represents. It doesn't matter who it is, what the person looks like, but what does it represent? And stick to their brand, and don't be afraid to be innovative with the sound. Because what's going to happen is, with a lot of that toxic music, I don't see anything but just same old repetition, the same old repetition. And then people want to see more artists do their thing. People want to give them a chance to find themselves and do them. I actually expect more, pretty much, hands down, period. That's what I want. I've never been the type of person, for real, I've never been the type of person that had this thing, oh, I'm not. No, if you're talented, yeah, you in the right, you're good to go. I was looking at it from perspective. I said, all right, I love what I hear so far, so that's all that matters. I love what I'm hearing so far, that's all that matters. So I want to be able to, like, even for me, like, loving music and being a music lover, I understand how the rest of us feel. Because that ratchet music is too much. Even in the pop world, it's too much. Even like the trash lyrics, and it's like a bunch of like just, I would say, it's a bunch of just garbage, trash. And I be thinking about people, how they be going off their rants sometimes about ratchet music, trash music. Like they be like, this is some bull crap, and I just be sitting here like this. Hell yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's toxic trash music being like put together. And then like the artists that really really take everything, what they love to do, their passion for music and knowing themselves well, and actually don't even feel like they have to be in nobody but in their own lane like everybody else, and just do it. And like the toxicity and the friction and the ugliness, it's like it's too much. It's too daggone much. I wish I can curse on here a little bit, but if I curse sometimes, and I'm not gonna say I'll curse sometimes. Yeah, hell, y'all may even hear me curse a whole bunch. Y'all may be having these videos where I'm like, I mean, it is what it is, though. But I would definitely say this: if I start to curse a lot on this channel more, I mean, I'm not saying that literally I haven't cursed, because I have cursed just a little bit, but I will make sure not to so like over like just because listen, I do have like that like are you serious? But I just found it really cool and interesting just to talk about it, because I think the way how people have said, like with the sound of R&B music and pop music in any genre, there's a lot of different layers to this. There's a lot of variety of really uh, good artists, whether they're independent or not. They really make really good music. Now, here's a lot of this stuff. It comes from where, since I will always like do um, I have my own opinions about music and stuff, and I actually love to listen to different sounds, because the sound is really good. Then I'm like, hell yes. And if the music's really good, hell yes. And if the lyrics, hell yes. But other than that, the Ratchet era of music has to go away. The Ratchet music has to go away. The Ratchet music that people love, I mean, if they like it, that's their business. That's fine. But I just feel like with that substance and with people, they don't want to be hearing all this like degrading music, talking, just this really toxicity, and then being very just, just doesn't really feel good. It doesn't sit well with people's spirits. It doesn't feel very well. It's not really as, it's not exciting. It doesn't give a thrill. It doesn't give anything but just really, it's a lot of words I want to say, but I actually will get into that ability to really like promote music more. And then like even with like upcoming albums, I'm excited for those, because those album reviews will be on point. I will definitely take time to really push myself, even talking about an album and articulating the sound, the direction from each record off an album, an EP, a mixtape. Even if it's a single, the same thing, right? Like I've been doing for quite some time now. So I will say that with the Ratchet music, not only did it destroy the art of the music, but it also overshadowed a lot of the talented artists for real, in ways where they need to have the support, genuine support, like buying albums and going to concerts and buying singles, and yeah, soft stuff like that. But especially for music lovers, buy the music, because that's going to be something that we can appreciate, and we can love, and we can enjoy, and we can enjoy every little thing. We can enjoy every little thing. So, that being said, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. And, your girl, I'll do more different variety of topics about music, and I want to like push my platform more. I'll do that. Other things I'll talk about. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of feel like, yeah, the Ratchet music has really did a plummeting poor job of like just, like any old thing. Like, okay, well, that's just a record. You gotta do something ratchet. We got to, do a single that's just gonna be connected with a generation. And yes, even with a generation, it wouldn't even matter. People love R&B music. People love soul music, pop music. But the problem is with this current generation, not all of them, but I kind of think the majority, especially with like the way how things have changed. It's a different time period, which I understand that, which is fine. But I feel like the way how it had to be very ratchet and very like, yeah, you can be you could be a talented artist. Yeah, you can have substance, but you have to like be in hip with today's new music, a lot. Like you have to adapt a lot. They want you. I mean, people just adapt a lot, but I feel like it does a disservice to really like artists that are really amazing, like artists that are really good, artists that find themselves and really bring a lot of really feel good music. And not only that, they're going to be literally, I mean, really for real, staying true to the art of how to like create music and compose and produce and really bring a lot of that really fundamentals of like feel good music. So I look forward for everything, y'all. Most things. But yeah, it's like I just feel like at this time, we're gonna have to really like just support and yeah, go for it and enjoy these artists and expect more from them. Expect what they want to do and allow them to be creative and don't just let's not just be like supporters like just do it for the fans. Allow them to connect with themselves too. That's the most important thing. You have to allow somebody to connect with themselves and they connect with you and it'll be great. So I feel like after a while, since I've been hearing some really really good music releases and music new like singles and new albums and like especially recently I've been hearing like new singles and new albums, EPs. So yeah, like I've really really took a lot of time to really look at it, to even listen to a full body of work. So I listen to a full body of work. I get to relax. I get to enjoy it, and for me to really like like stay current and up to date, I actually listen to a song like at least 3 or 4 times. Like if it's really good to me, I get to really like just really take everything in and really indulge and really listen to like the sonically the sound and the direction of music, the lyrics, the artist, the perspective, and I really do enjoy that. So that's why I want to still keep giving y'all quality content, on music, because like I said, I've literally been really putting a lot of time and work trying to just stay consistent, promoting music and enjoying new music releases and giving y'all updates on good music and good content, because I know people, they may not know a song is out or an album is out, an EP is out from their artists that they do enjoy. So if anybody comes across this channel, it's all love over here, all love over here. And definitely, I appreciate my supporters. I appreciate them genuinely. I really do. I feel like literally seeing how you guys love music and just you love it, appreciate it. That really warms my whole entire being, and I'm glad that like positivity. I see y'all like positive comments. I appreciate that. And it's all good over here and all love and coolness and yeah. So with that being said, all that stuff about ratchet music and all that stuff, and I mean, I just feel like it just needs to go away. Like ratchet music, it has to go away. Like ratchet music don't really, it's just not needed. I mean, and I had actually had kind of wanted to make this video for a long time because I was like, yeah, I should make it. I should make this, video, but it's all love over here. So with that being said, guys, share your thoughts and your opinions about, like ratchet music has been the problem. How do you feel about it? And stuff like that. So with that being said, guys, stay tuned next episode. GiftedSince92. like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that notification button. Hit that subscribe button. As always, stay tuned to the next episode of GiftedSince92. I love y'all from the bottom of everything. Y'all know the drill. Peace.